Discover Akwa Ibom. Discover Akwa Ibom. Discover Akwa. Hey. Welcome to Akwa Ibom, the best place to be. Welcome to Akwa Ibom, the promised land. I discover Akwa Ibom, a peaceful people. So you are welcome to Akwa Ibom. Come on, come in. I said, come, live, walk and invest in Akwa Ibom. This is the promised land. Come, walk and live and invest in Akwa Ibom. Discover Akwa Ibom. Discover Akwa. Hashtag Udom is walking.
Oh yes, Governor Udom Emmanuel's administration that is people-oriented, vested in capacity, embodied with superior performance and rendered on integrity has attracted global commentaries and attention. The Americans said it, even the military confirms.
We are here following the wonderful success story that are emanating from your...
Our own Vice President relocates.
When I think of a second home, of course, Akwa Ibom is a good place.
China has joined. Are you an investor or entrepreneur? The 21-story intelligent building, good road network, well-equipped hospitals scattered all over the state with a world-class airline, 18 functional industries and still counting. These and many more are the reason we invite you. Come, live, walk and invest in Akwa Ibom. Be part of the completion agenda. Only God.
Nigeria, like other nations, is presently making frantic efforts at ensuring that the agricultural and allied sectors are repositioned to play key roles in its quest for the economic empowerment of the citizenry and enhance its revenue generation profile to strengthen the economy. The urgency in this drive for economic diversification, particularly now, cannot be overemphasized. In view of the raging COVID-19 global pandemic, the drop in oil prices, and the attendant negative impact on world economy and social security. Governor Udom Emmanuel, being a visionary leader and a financial guru with vast experience in corporate governance and economic projection, had long before now seen into the future and taken bold initiatives for the diversification that will mitigate the impact of the imminent global economic crisis in Akwa Ibom State. More so, to Governor Emmanuel, the need to continually improve the economic well-being of the citizenry is the hallmark of true governance, particularly in a democracy where leadership is bestowed through the trust and mandate of the people. In the first episode of this documentary series on the impactful leadership of Governor Udom Emmanuel, particularly in times like these, we focused on the flour, rice, and dairy processing factories spread across the state, as well as the syringe manufacturing industry and the many other interventions in the health sector that have helped to checkmate and cushion the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic in the state.
At this point in time, I told you what we are experiencing. No human being had experienced it before. So we are putting up a team that will look at economic reconstruction, our domestic economy first, post-COVID-19. But if you remember also in recent past, I've been screaming about agriculture. Seriously. This is a time that feeding yourself will be a major achievement. And if you also check most of the developed world, they went back to their food bank to sustain the lockdown. I said every single grain of rice that was distributed during this lockdown all came from our rice mills. The question there is, what if we didn't have a foresight to set up these rice mills? Tell me which state we are going to buy rice mill under this, rice that we've eaten under this condition, if we did not do that. Every single flour that is, we couldn't even off-take everything because it's so much in high demand. All those flour, they are coming from our flour mill. So now we've set up a whole of agro-line industries. We are trying to encourage people to go back to agro because that's what will drive the next economy.
Cardinal to the policy drive of Governor Emmanuel's administration in utilizing the vast fertile land as well as the good climatic condition of the state for an agro-based economy is the establishment of a 400 metric ton annual capacity fertilizer blending plant in the state.
In farming like this, like to be very specific, we are having a maize farming about 2 hectares. What we need as a very important input is fertilizer, and it's very, very necessary. Because with fertilizer, the yield can go as high as 90 to 100% in area of assistance from government. First of all, we can notice that the government of Akwa State, led by His Excellency Udom Emmanuel, has established a fertilizer blending plant which has gone a long way to assist farmers. At least, first of all, there's that accessibility once they can access it, and it's also affordable because as the plant is closer, the price is less because major transportation from far distance is reduced.
Located in Akwa, Greenwell Fertilizer Blending Plants is one of the public-private partnership projects of Governor Udom Emmanuel's administration. The multi-fertilizer blending plant has the capacity to blend assorted and multi-purpose types of fertilizers in high demand, including 20-10-10, 12-12-17, plus 2 MGO, and 15-15-15.
This is a blending plant. It's different from what you've seen in any other place. Here we blend to soil, we blend to crop. If you want to plant gari in a bag, you come here, they will blend fertilizer that you can use for gari in a bag soil. If you want to plant cocoa, we will not be going outside the country again to buy fertilizer for cocoa. They are already going to blend. And as of today, the Sovereign Wealth Fund have placed a lot of demands on them in order to produce and blend for the rest of Nigeria.
Genuity, your creative thinking, you have come here and you have turned this place into employment creation center. This is going to grow in leaps and bounds. The multiplier effect of this industry, the fertilizer blending plant, is the creation of jobs. Not just for Abak, not just for Ikere Senatorial District, not just for Akwa Ibom, but also for Nigeria.
At the time, Kamangwa University and Akwa Ibom State, put out industry, we back to government. Kumbong, my family, and my Yago, Ebaba, Ebu welcome to Ebe, Menameti, so for the Nam Akwa Ibom State, Yabasu Young Pin, Kenya on Jesus Christ.
Products from the plant have been significant in enhancing the yield capacity and quality of produce by subsistence and industrial farmers in the state and beyond.
I am an Akwa Ibomite and I rise to the threat of greatness. Medakata.
Akwa Ibom State, the pinnacle of peace, unity, and prosperity. Home of investors, piloted by His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel. Few years of fulfilled promises in the areas of industrialization, agriculture, and food security. Free and compulsory education. free healthcare delivery to the young ones and the elderly, infrastructural transformation, and human capacity development, youth and sport, transport and tourism. Come and be part of the completion agenda.
I like Governor Udom Emmanuel and I love what he's doing in Akwa Ibom State.
We've never had it so good. Only God.
The governor's agricultural initiatives are trailblazers and economic growth poles for job creation and poverty alleviation. For instance, in an effort to create employment and place more food on the tables of the people, Akwa Ibom State government under Governor Udom Emmanuel has in the last 5 years embarked on large-scale cultivation of vegetables, including tomatoes, garden eggs, cucumber, and lettuces from farms located in various parts of the state.
I want to thank God for giving our own dear governor, the Udom Emmanuel, the idea to bring up the Dakada initiative. In fact, this has made a lot of Akwa Ibom people to wake up to their own responsibilities, because me personally, I thought that in Akwa Ibom, vegetables like tomatoes, cabbage, and cucumber could not be planted. But it is now that I found out that the land of Akwa Ibom can take all this at ease, and it is always they are always so very profitable in Akwa Ibom. So what I'm doing now is the mushroom initiative.
Significant in this initiative is the vegetable greenhouse located near the Victor Atta International Airport, a mechanized farming project which has deepened Governor Emmanuel's persuasion that planting some hitherto imported vegetables like tomato, cucumber, and lettuce can become a gold mine for the state. Today, this has become a reality, as the cultivation of these vegetables has recorded high yields with huge market potentials within and outside the state at very affordable prices.
This is the cucumber cannot, and now cucumber now at the north Bible, and now you can get about cucumber from outside the state. Now instead of us to buy cucumber outside the state, other state about the cucumber, in me. About every week, I have not 50 bags of cucumber I can not 50 bags every week.
With greenhouse technology, you are sure of high yield, and you can plant crops off season, and you can be sure that those crops that would be very difficult to plant in our domain here, you can do it conveniently with the greenhouse technology.
What the government is doing here is very good.
I promise people that a good leader must also look for what people will eat. It's not only roads, we do not only bridges, not only high-rise buildings, and all the other infrastructure. According to one of my colleagues, it should fall hand in hand with stomach infrastructure as well. Once you care about what your people will eat, every good leader must also look at that. I promise the people that before we leave office, 80% of what we consume must be produced in Akwa Ibom.
Also, realizing the import of enhancing the capacity of farmers to produce, Governor Emmanuel has continued to establish various agricultural schemes that make loans and grants available to farmers. For instance, 3,000 vegetable farmers benefited from the state government's interest-free loan. This is in addition to 300 youths that were trained under the Graduate Unemployment Youth Scheme. Beneficiaries of the scheme were empowered with 250,000 naira each. And to ensure quality produce from Akwa Ibom farmers, government has also consistently assisted farmers with hybrid seedlings and other farm inputs.
But I thank Governor Udom Emmanuel for making it possible for people like us to start this initiative, because it has given us some loans to make sure that we move forward. So I thank him dearly, and I wish that a lot of Akwa Ibom citizens will come into this initiative and make sure that food sufficiency in Akwa Ibom State is really improved.
Government of the day has put in place an enhancement program to be able to help the youth of the state to be able to go into agriculture. And like right now, as you can see, this is fishery farm is going. We get loans from government, and we have been able to fix things like this to make sure that we produce food for the state.
And something like what we are doing now, we have gotten some assistance from government because we've gotten seeds, like what the government of Ibom said it a few weeks ago, empowered us, not us alone, but other farmers. He gave them seeds, the maize seeds, and other seeds. And with that, you can see that the cost of acquiring the input is reduced in the farmer's side, and the profit is expected to be higher. It's unfortunate that this issue of COVID-19 came about the time of intensive farming. But then we have seen that government has done a lot. In fact, these inputs were provided before the COVID get to this level. We already gotten the input, and again we've been advised to observe this safety distance, I may say so, social distance. Since we are in the farm, we also observe that we ensure that workers are not in cluster. Even when we are going for lunch, we keep a safe distance to ensure that farmers are safe, are disease free, so that we can stay alive and harvest the output.
To underscore the foresightedness of this administration, the state has secured approval for the establishment of Fadama Microfinance Bank in Akwa Ibom State. When the bank, which is finalizing its employment recruitment process, comes on stream, Akwa Ibom would not only have recorded another first in the agri sector, but would have also reinforced its capacity for quick economic diversification. With these initiatives, the administration of Governor Udom Emmanuel has proved its capacity to meet the food needs of the people from domestic production. At a time like this, when the global community is under lockdown and social insecurity because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the mass of the people, especially the vulnerable, look up to government for assistance to meet their basic feeding needs. As a proactive leader, Governor Udom Emmanuel quickly rose to the occasion by directing the distribution of palliatives from the food banks across the state. Significantly, the palliative items comprising gari, rice and flour were all produced within Akwa Ibom State. So far, over 60,000 bags of these items, including beans, have been distributed to the people in the over 3,000 villages across the 31 local government areas of the state. This is a clear indication of his commitment to ameliorate the unpleasant consequences of the coronavirus pandemic on Akwa Ibom people.
Immediately he took over the mantle in 2015. He said, my people, we must go back to farming so that we'll be able to feed our people. And that policy, that decision he took, that encouragement has really helped Akwa Ibom State. That is why in this pandemic, by God's grace, even the one he gave, the palliative, he is still giving, and he will still continue to give because we have more.
Ndaba mi di wo ko su idara mi aka na no ye nam ni factory he na me ndi dia me nam me be so ngbo me di wo mana ana me tie ye di no frefre kwa Ibom State ngbo me no to de me release me re don ge sere don me ni ese dia aba se di yon ye.
We are so grateful to His Excellency and Our Excellency for this thing that he has done for us, because this lockdown of a thing, it's something that was bothering everybody. But I so much thank God for the type of father that God has given us in the land of Akwa Ibom State, that he has been thinking about his children.
We have seen this presentation. I thank the governor because he has tried to help us as we are under lockdown exercise in the community.
I want to appreciate the governor on what he has done to us. And we are very happy because for a very long time, or over times, we've not seen things like this. So we appreciate his own gesture to the villages.
So go to Guinea, it's left for me. You go governor now, you Guinea, I come governor and nothing. But you're not a city on Jesus' name. Amen.
I'm a funny titty. Good on days, I don't want you to walk to read it. You bang again, the Miguri Bani, make a room court, see already. And you moving a carry, and you moving in the Ukanu Yang. So, dear game, Udom what you know, bombing market Kenyan me. Udom Emmanuel, maybe of a city on you.
Well, I thank our good governor, Udom Emmanuel, for showing us love in this time of sit at home, and we also pray for him to continue to do more to the people of Akwa Ibom State.
Udom Emmanuel, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, and I'm a funny titty. They were young with Florida on me. My name is I know one already moved. And I'm young for the free by and I'm not for the free.
Part of the workers, His Excellency has shown concern about how the workers will stay at home. That's why he made provision to pay their salary early so that they would have something in their pocket while they are staying at home.
Since May 29, 2015, when he assumed the leadership of Akwa Ibom State, the governor, with the advantage of his professional background, has demonstrated an unparalleled understanding of the essence of governance by implementing economic policies and programs that have both direct and indirect positive impact on the lives of his people. A testimony to these are the over 18 industries so far attracted by Governor Udom Emmanuel, leading to the state being adjudged twice in the last 4 years as the second largest destination for foreign direct investment in Nigeria, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. Worthy of note is the fact that most of these industries are agro-based, underlying the food sufficiency vision and poverty alleviation commitment of his administration.
God has so blessed us that we can plant all year round. So we're introducing a new phenomenon in agriculture. If you see near 2 planting seasons in 1 year, because we are in a haste. So we want to make sure if we bring down the prices of garri. And we feel so challenged. It's not just garri alone. We want to make food sufficient. There are so many countries of the world who cannot boast of the kind of climatic condition that we have in Akwa Ibom. And they have enough food to feed their people. Ukuka Israel is a desert. But Israel export in other countries. How much more? How about how we ain't here on planet Earth? Are they able to remind them once a year? If that was why when I wanted to speak, how can I go to the farm and you don't expect rent to beat me? Unless you don't want the farm to grow. If you go to the farm, you must expect 2 things. Either sunshine or rent.
As a forward-looking leader, Governor Udom Emmanuel is working assiduously to give Akwa Ibom State a fighting chance at surviving the far-reaching impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, which is igniting another global economic recession.
What makes a difference? At times, it seems as if somebody is a prophet. A man who sees the future will always make a difference. The whole world is governed by creativity and ideas.
With his robust economic initiatives and agricultural revolution that have provided safe haven for the state at this time of the global COVID-19 pandemic, Akwa Ibom people are once again reassured that the choice of Mr. Udom Gabriel Emmanuel as their governor is divine, as he had planned ahead for the benefit of his people through his exceptional leadership skills and people-oriented governance style, particularly for a time like this.
Portrait of achievements by Governor Udom Emmanuel in the area of industrialization. He started with toothpick manufacturing factory, pencil factory, PEACOCK pen factory that was abandoned for several years, and he revamped it within 100 days in office. Plywood and timber factory, block factory, metering solution factory, syringe factory, flour mill factory, fertilizer blending factory, coconut refinery, rice mill factory, plastic manufacturing factory, aviation industry, and the establishment of Ibom Air. Akwa Prime Hatchery, cassava processing factory, starch processing factory, and more are still coming. Come, live, work, and invest in Akwa Ibom. Only God, powered by the Ministry of Information, Akwa Ibom State.